So, have you ever wondered what people are really talking about when they say artificial intelligence? You hear it everywhere, right? It can sound super complicated, maybe even a little bit scary. But here's the thing. The main idea is actually pretty simple. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down, and I promise you'll see it's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay, let's start with this. Think about talking to a friend. You can be a little messy with your words, you can jump from one topic to another, and somehow they just get it, right? Now, try doing that with your computer. Can you just ramble and expect it to figure out what you want? Yeah, probably not. And that little communication gap between us and machines, that's exactly where our whole story about AI begins.
And this slide right here really nails the difference. We humans are amazing with context. We understand feelings, the tone of someone's voice, and we can read between the lines. Computers, though, they are totally literal. They need a perfectly clear step-by-step roadmap or they are just completely stuck. There's no guessing what you mean.
So that's the big puzzle. How do we get these amazing, powerful machines to actually do what we want them to do? We can't just chat with them in plain English. We need a translator, a way to turn our thoughts into a language that a computer can actually understand. And this is where things get really cool.
You know, way back in the early days of computing, this was a huge headache. The only way to speak to a computer was with a long string of zeros and ones. I mean, can you imagine trying to write a simple email, let alone a whole program using just 2 numbers? It was a massive challenge that only a handful of people could even attempt.
So some really smart people came up with a brilliant idea, a go-between language. Think of it like a special translator that takes our human ideas and carefully converts them into those super clear instructions that computers need. And that's exactly what a programming language is. It was a total game changer.
And over the years, these translator languages got better and better. Some, like Python, are now so advanced that they almost look like you're just writing in plain English. And once we got that good at talking to computers, a brand new question started popping up. What if we could do more than just give them instructions? What if we could teach them how to think for themselves?
And that question, right there, is the huge idea behind artificial intelligence. It's all about making that leap from just telling computers what to do to actually teaching them how to learn. It's a massive step, and it's what we're going to dig into right now.
This is such a great way to picture it. A normal program is like a recipe. You follow the steps exactly, 1 cup of flour, 2 eggs, and you get a cake. Simple. But AI? AI is like teaching someone how to be a chef. You give them the basic ingredients and techniques. They try things, they make mistakes, and eventually they start creating their own amazing dishes. It's the difference between following a script and, well, learning to improvise.
So when we build an AI, what are we really trying to get it to do? Well, we're basically trying to give it a few of our own human superpowers. You know, the ability to learn from experience, like looking at thousands of dog pictures and finally figuring out what a dog looks like. The ability to understand a situation, like knowing that if you say, "I'm chilly," you probably want a blanket. And the ability to make smart decisions, even when it doesn't have all the facts.
Okay, but let's be really clear about something. AI is not magic. It's not some super smart, thinking being from a science fiction movie. Honestly, it's more like a really advanced tool, a power tool. It can do incredible things, for sure, but at the end of the day, it's something we built to help us get things done.
So we've talked about what AI is, but where is it, out in the real world? Well, the answer might actually surprise you, because it's pretty much all around you already. Let's look at a few places you're probably using AI without even thinking about it.
You know when YouTube recommends the perfect video for you to watch next? That's not a coincidence. That's AI. It's been learning what you like and making a really good guess. Same thing with Google Search. When you type in a couple of words and it just knows what you're looking for, that's AI working behind the scenes. And when you unlock your phone just by looking at it or ask a chatbot a quick question on a website, yep, that's all AI, quietly making our digital lives a little bit easier.
All right, so AI is here. It's already woven into our lives. But this is really just the beginning. The big question is, what comes next? And more importantly, why does it matter that all of us understand, at least a little bit, what this technology is all about?
Let's be honest. AI is going to change things. Big time. It will definitely change some jobs, no doubt about it. But it's also going to create all sorts of new opportunities, new jobs that we can't even imagine yet. For most of us, it's going to be like having a superpowered assistant, helping us work smarter and faster so we can focus on the stuff that humans are really good at.
Look, whenever a big new technology shows up, it's natural to feel a little bit uneasy. But we've got a choice here. We can either be scared of it, or we can learn about it. We can figure out how it works and then decide how we want to use it. It's just like learning to drive a car. A little scary at first, maybe, but once you're in the driver's seat, you're the one in control.
And that's really the main point of all this. The goal isn't to be afraid of AI, it's to understand it. Once you strip away all the hype, you see that AI is just a tool, a powerful new tool that can help us solve some really tough problems. So now you've got a handle on the what of AI. But what about the how? How in the world does a machine actually learn something? It is a fascinating process, and that's exactly what we'll be diving into in our next explainer when we talk about machine learning. I really hope you'll join me for that.
So hopefully the next time you hear someone mention AI, you'll feel a little less confused and a lot more curious. Because the story of AI isn't just about computers and code, it's about us. It's about what we're curious about, what we can invent, and what kind of future we want to build. The real question isn't just what is it anymore, it's what are we going to do with it? Thanks for watching.